All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Rob for Smirking Gun Reviews, and we're back with more Disenchantment. We're doing episodes 5 and 6, so minor spoilers ahead. This is for Faster Princess, Kill Kill, and Swamp and Consequences. Now, I'm glad I'm doing this in 2 episode slots because that way I only have to do 5 videos. But there seems to be like something to say about, to compare 2 episodes and then kind of comparing the series. So as I said about episode 1, it wasn't funny, but it was a good setup for the overall story. Episode 2 had, it had David X. Cohen writing it, and it went weird. It got, for a fantasy show, it needed to go weird, and it went weird. Episode 3 and 4, again, there were different writers. You had Rich Fulcher on one. And like one was all right and one was kind of just whatever. And it's the same here. And this is what the major problem I think of this show is tone and writers. You've got a different writer on every episode. You got I think a different director on every episode. There's no consistency. And that's a problem. I don't know if it was just like, hey, let's just give a bunch of people some chances and maybe see who the best ones are, or I don't know. But you need to have some sort of consistency to at least a tone and writing. Like, you can't, like, if you're doing, like say on Futurama, they'll do a regular, episode, which it can be broad and weird and, do whatever they want. They can throw whatever they want against it because of the setting and stuff. But the tones of pretty much all the episodes were the same, even if they were doing like a regular episode or like one where it's like where they told the like kind of the Treehouse of Horror type stories where it was like, they take weird things like, well, this one's Japanese animation or this one's video games, This doesn't have the tone right of, like, the episode 5, Faster Princess Kill Kill, is all of a sudden joke after joke after joke, and most of them landing. It is a funny episode. But see, none of the other episodes have, like, joke, like just boom, 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 and land, like I don't understand that. I don't remember any of the episodes having just joke, punchline, joke, like, and so it was funny, but it made it feel so much different than the other episodes because of the writing and the tone of it. And so even though I'm watching an episode and I'm laughing, I'm going, why are all the episodes different than this? Why is this different than 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5? Why, so it's a problem. And I don't understand why they chose to do it this way. Again, like I also said that this show, is finding its feet, but it's okay. It's not like a drama or a sitcom that has actors who, they can film it in a week. You know what I mean? Like they can see the episodes in a shorter period of time and go, okay, this isn't working. Let's recast or find a new writer or whatever. They make these like take 9 months and stuff, I think, to produce like an episode. So like they've got multiple people working on multiple episodes and multiple scripts. And I don't know if it was maybe they were rushing it, so they needed different writers for each episode and different directors so that they could get it all done. But I just don't feel like, this doesn't have the tone of either Futurama or Simpsons, and it doesn't have to, but I don't know. Like, so Faster Princess Kill Kill is a funny episode. And it's all over the place. I mean, all the stuff where she's like taking on different jobs, and it does have the cliche of I don't need you or anybody else and I'm going to do it on my own storyline. Again, just more rebelling against her father, which is just every episode. But it's what they do with it, and they can still make it funny. And they do a lot of good here. And I love the whole thing with Hansel and Gretel in the woods all grown up, and they've become the bad guys. That's a really funny part of this, and it all pans out to be a pretty good episode. John DiMaggio, who I keep forgetting, I was forgetting his name, who plays the king. He had some pretty good stuff to do in here. I love the whole thing with what he's doing with his ears and how it doesn't work until it's like too late. So yeah, but then you see the next episode, Swamp and Circumstances, where it starts out with a really good premise, where she's going to be the ambassador to the Queen's region of the world that they used to have a big fight with. And at first they have all this, they could do all these funny things about, different cultures clashing. And then they just drop the ball. And it just turns into this whole, chasing them through the backwoods of their place, and this whole hillbilly, side plot that happens. And it just kind of ends. Instead of taking it even further with the clash of the different groups, the different countries clashing against their cultures and their customs and stuff, is what I'm trying to say. And it wasn't just, there wasn't a lot of jokes, and the jokes that were there, I don't know who, again, you have a different writer, a different director, and a different tone. And I mean, if every episode had a different tone, that's okay, as long as you had the same writers writing different tones, and as long as you had some of the same directors doing that same thing. So again, one episode's good, one episode kind of has some good stuff, but then it just falls apart, and it just ends up not being that funny. And then they have episode 5. Zog tells Bean at the end of the episode that he's proud of her. And then in the very next episode, she goes you never say you're proud of me. And he says he's proud of her, again, but she's you never say that to me. And it's you just did the episode before. And that's a little detail, but that's what I'm trying to get at, is it's just not consistent at all. And that's frustrating. And I mean, at least it's only 10 episodes. But I mean, this is kind of disappointing. This makes me feel like I'm talking about Castle Rock, where I had all this anticipation because there's a pedigree behind this. Just like Castle Rock, you've got J.J. Abrams and Stephen King stories and good actors and all this potential. And just like this, you've got Matt Groening, and you've got his pedigree, and you've got The Simpsons and Futurama and all the writers that have worked on that, and the voice actors that come with it. And you have all this potential, and then you waste it on tonal problems and things like that. Again, comparing something to Castle Rock. That is how bad that show has damaged me this year. Because, as some people like to put it, that I'm in over my head and I just don't get that show. But we're not talking about Castle Rock. I do get that fucking show though, fuckers. So, I don't know. I'm about to watch the next 2 and we'll review it. And again, I wouldn't be surprised if I kind of have the same thing to say, which is just, maybe this next one episode is good and then the one after that's bad, or maybe the next one will be bad and then one after that will be good. I don't know. So anyway, if you like this video, please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe. What do you guys think about this? What do you agree, disagree about the problems with writers, having different writers and directors and all that? And is there just some vision problem? Is Matt Groening just not paying attention to what was going on in the production of this? I don't know. So anyway, this is Robert Smirking on Review saying we'll see you on the next video in probably about an hour and a half. And have a nice day. Bye.